Well, network of relay stations for the broadcast of the 1996 Melbourne Cup. We now take you live to Flemington Racecourse and Bryan Martin.
Ladies and gentlemen, runners have come into the mounting yard for the running of the 1996 Foster's Melbourne Cup before a sea of people here at the course at Flemington in Victoria, Australia. The crowd well over the 94,000 mark, I would estimate, from our vantage point. And the horses are now parading. The cynosure, of course, of all eyes is the favourite for the race, and that's Oscar Schindler. And I must declare we haven't seen him race here before, but to put it quite fairly, the horse is an awesome-looking animal. I don't think I've seen an animal look as well as this animal, Oscar Schindler. He is absolutely magnificent. He's well settled. The same really can't be said for Court of Honour, who requires a strapper to walk either side, and he just is inclined to get up at his toes. Number 3, Court of Honour. Of the other imports, Grey Shot is totally relaxed. Number 6 at a white nose roll. Oscar Schindler has an attendant, a strapper, and also an attendant again either side of him. So it's a large group of people that walk with Oscar Schindler, who's now parading at the bottom of the mounting yard. Ron Paps from 5 TAB in South Australia joins us for the broadcast. First of all, welcome, Ron, and what a great sight it is at Flemington. We're basking in sunshine here today.
Well, it is, Brian, and we've had some damp Melbourne Cups over the years on and off, but not so today. Sydney's got the rain today, and we've got everything in our favour here. That cloud cover that was with us this morning has blown across towards the city, in fact, over the city. We've got blue skies overhead, and when it comes to trying to assess a crowd, often it's easier to go by the number of cars. I don't think there are a whole lot more cars here than there were Saturday for the Derby, but I'm sure there are a lot more people here, Brian, because of the excellent train service that Melbourne has for people coming from the city and suburbs to the track here today. Thousands and thousands and thousands come by train, and it is, of course, not only the comfortable way to come, but it's the safe way to come and go home, and they've taken the availability of those trains today to do just that, and it's a massive crowd. Beautiful colours, everything's spectacular, everyone's having a good time. Haven't seen any tomfoolery. I suppose it's a bit early in the day for that, but most of them have been here for a long time. The gates opened, I think, about 8:15, 8:30 this morning, and it's just a wonderful atmosphere indeed.
Okay, the field for the Melbourne Cup down to 22 this year, 22 runners. Favourite for the Cup when they go off will be 4 Oscar Schindler. The Irish galloper will run the top pick in the Melbourne Cup, ahead of Nothing Like a Dane, Doremus, both about the same quote. That out to Saintly. No interest really in Court of Honour today, or Grey Shot. A bit of a nibble at big odds for Count Chivas in the betting. Istadat has been kept safe. Further down, Senator, the New Zealander, has been kept safe. So has Arctic Scent, the Caulfield Cup winner, being ridden by Brent Stanley. 17 years of age, B. Stanley won the Caulfield Cup at Arctic Scent. Rookie trainer, a trainer who hasn't had his licence for 6 months, and that's Jim Mason. We've also got in the market the Bandit, who's a stablemate to the Phantom Chance. But the favourite is Oscar Schindler, who's here. Of course, like Court of Honour and Grey Shot, they've travelled a long way from the UK to try and take this race. One horse has done it really in the past, and that was 1993, the Irish galloper Vintage Crop. He was an exceptional stayer. He got soft ground to suit on the day of the Melbourne Cup, and he outstayed them. It was a grand staying performance to win. He's contested the race another 2 times since Vintage Crop, running on gallantly last year and not having it the best of luck in 1994 when he was posted out wide. Doremus. Now, Doremus is the champion stayer of the Australian turf. He won the Melbourne Cup last year. He won the Caulfield Melbourne Cup double, carried 54.5. He's lifted to 58 kilos today. This is his 5th run in from his spell. He's been targeted all the way through for this race. The Caulfield Cup, had he been able to win, that was going to be a bonus. Connections opted not to go down the path to Japan, but to go for the Melbourne Cup. They'd love dearly to win back-to-back Melbourne Cups. The jockey aboard, Damien Oliver's had 3 rides today at Flemington, and he's thrilled the crowd with his expertise. He's had 3 rides for 3 wins. He's pumped up, he's focused like all riders here. The jockeys, the international flavour is certainly there. We've got Mick Kinane, international rider who won the Cup in '93. He's come in to ride Oscar Schindler. And Pat Edery replaces Frankie Dettori. Dettori couldn't get here in time with commitments in the UK, and Pat Edery, one of the great riders, he's the leader of the Premiership table back in England. Pat Edery arrived within the last 48 hours and takes the ride on grey shot for trainer Ian Balding here this afternoon. The runners are on parade. We've got about 12 minutes to starting time. At the moment, the betting facility is offering us number 4, Oscar Schindler, still favourite here, Ron.
Yes, he's currently at $6.10 on tab at the present time, number 4, Oscar Schindler. And Brian, I think you've really got a feel for his rider, Michael Kinane, who really is on a hiding to nothing. Other than his win on Vintage Crop, he came in for some criticism in some areas after covering a lot of ground on Vintage Crop in 2 subsequent cups. But when you look at this big fellow today, I think we can preempt. He's going to have to ride him in much the same manner. He doesn't look to me the sort of horse that you could just bury in a field. I'm sure he's going to have to give him room, and if it comes off, he'll be a champion. If he gets beaten, well, I suppose he'll probably come in for more criticism. I feel for him. Hopefully after the race I can feel delighted for him.
Yes, probably have the same feelings here. Ron, he did come in for criticism a couple of years ago when he tracked about 6 and 7 wide all the way, which you can't do in the Melbourne Cup here.
He's firming on track, Oscar Schindler, too.
He's coming in, yes, he's the pronounced favourite, number 4, Oscar Schindler, for the Melbourne Cup this afternoon. The antics are starting down here in the crowd. We've got one of the Highland Pipers who's got up at a couple of rubbish bins in front of us. And away he goes. He's about to be joined by a mate. They're entertaining the crowd as the thoroughbreds are about to parade for the Melbourne Cup. At this stage of proceedings, we'll go down to the mounting yard.
Money for Doremus late, Brian.
Late money coming in for Doremus now. We'll check the tote figures in just a moment, but it's Oscar Schindler favourite from Doremus, and Nothing Like a Dame. They're the top 3. Let's go to the mounting yard, and our man Roy Higgins is now casting an eye over the field for the 96 Foster's Melbourne Cup.
And we'll be with Roy very shortly. Now, Tote Dividends race 2 at Ascot. Number 4, Island Nugget, returning 7.20 and 2.10. Second,
Super
number 9,
dividend.
Problamo, 3.40. Third, number 3, Symphony Lad, 2.20. The Quinella, 71.30, and the Trifecta, 514.70. A half by 3/4, 123.9 the time. Correct, Roy.
Thanks, John, and what a marvellous sight it's been down here, and also the horses look very well. Doremus looks outstanding, great training feet, he's peaked, he looks excellent. Count Chivas, his stablemate, no faults with him, he's been disappointing. Court of Honour, now this horse does have a winter coat. Surprisingly, no one's mentioned it. His coat has already turned, and he's into a winter coat. He's up on his toes a bit, but does look okay. Condition levels excellent. 4, Oscar Schindler, monster, magnificent looking beast, beautiful. His coat's magnificent, and he's cool, calm and collected. There were no problems with him at all. He's an aristocratic looking animal. Saintly is right at his peak, beautiful and relaxed, looks excellent. Grey shot, blood irregularity before the race. There was a steward's inquiry into it. I haven't heard anything, so everything must be okay. He's definitely got a winter coat. Hasn't raced since August, carrying no surplus whatsoever. Pretty plain custom, it looks well. Like a Dane is at his top. His run on Saturday has helped him, it's peaked him, he looked well. Sapio's a very plain looking horse, the 8, fit and well. Estadad, this horse has done very well since the Moonee Valley Cup. He has tightened up noticeably. Look for a bit of a run from him. Senator, he's a monster of a horse, this guy. Beautiful, big, relaxed horse. Tough as nails. Look to treat the 11. The Phantom Chance, the old boy, looked okay. Boart looked well. She'll appreciate the firm track. Arctic Scent has done everything right. Her preparation's excellent, and she looked good. Super Slew, he's trained on. There were no faults there. Not a bad run Saturday. The Bandit still continues to carry a dead type of coat. No oil painting at all, but is fitting well, the 17. Chevet looked excellent going through. Whether he's good enough's another thing. Circle of Gold looked a treat, the 19. Fewer Chosen has done well since his good win here on Saturday, win on Saturday, up a bit in class, and he's going to be on pace. Alcove looks very, very well. Scobo the same. My Kiwi Gold, the stablemate of Saintly, lovely horse, does look very well. And Centico, the horse that ran second in the 10 New Stakes here on Saturday, he's going to be on pace. I spoke to Johnny Wheeler. He said if there's no pace on, we'll be doing it. Okay, in summary, I'm avoiding the imported horses. I'm not sure about them. We'll stick with our locals. I went 1 Doremus, 11 a Senator. Didn't mind the look of this guy. 5 Saintly, 9 Istadad, and 15 Arctic Scent. 1, 11, 5, 9 and 15 for the 1996 Melbourne Cup.
That's Roy Higgins.
It's back here at Flemington, and the runners going down to the start. Magnificent weather here, about 16 degrees, but blue skies above, and the track rating is good. And the horses, the first horses to arrive down at the start, are Court of Honour and a Grey Shot. Doremus quickly getting down there now with Count Shivers and also Nothing Like a Dane. Solid favourite for the Melbourne Cup. Here's number 4, Oscar Schindler. The second pick, there's little now between 1 Doremus and 7 Nothing Like a Dane. Then 5 Saintly. Bart Cummings is going for his 10th Melbourne Cup. He's got 2 runners. They are the Cox Plate winner, of course, Saintly and Darren Beedman. Darren won the Cup in 1990. And the backup is My Kiwi Gold, about a 33-to-1 chance. Let's have a look at the tote readout now. The holdings on Super Tab just topping 20 million as Van der Hum canters down the track. He led the field out. He won the Cup under atrocious conditions, ridden by Bobby Skelton 20 years ago this day. Van der Hum, he led the field out. He's just trotting down the straight now, and the crowd giving him a nice warm reception. Crowd well over the 90,000 mark. Huge crowd for the Melbourne Cup. Oscar Schindler favourite is Ron Paps. Checks the tote list now.
Number 1 Doremus now 8, 10 and $3. 33-to-1 about Court of Honour and 10-to-1. Number 3 to number 2 Count Shivers, 33-to-1 and 10-to-1. A little bit longer, in fact. Number 3 Court of Honour, 35-to-1 and 10-to-1. Number 4 Oscar Schindler at $6 and for the place $2.90. Number 5 Saintly on $6.70 and $2.40. Number 6 Grey Shot. Bit of a nibble for this late in money, and particularly on course. $18.40 and $5.30. One of the imported gallopers. 7 Nothing Like a Dane, $7.70 and $2.70. Big odds about Sapio, the New Zealander, 55 and 15. Number 9 Istadad has been firm throughout. 15, 20 and $4.80. Scratch 10 Crying Game. 11 Senator, $9.90 and $3.30. The mystery horse from the Kiwi land. Number 12 the Phantom Chance at big odds, about 57-to-1 and 15-to-1 the place. 13 Boart, 55-to-1 and 14-to-1 the place. Scratch Magnet Bay. Number 15 Arctic Scent, $15.90 and $4.80. Number 16 Super Slew, 92-to-1 and 24-to-1. 17 the Bandit, $18.10 and $5.30. Big odds 18 Cheviot. The SAJC Derby winner, 90-to-1 and 20-to-1 the place. Number 19 Circles of Gold, 25-to-1 and $6.90 the place. 20 Fewer Chosen, 33-to-1 and 8-to-1 the place. Number 21 Alcove, about 85 and 20. Number 22 Sky Bow, 78 and 20 to place. Number 23 My Kiwi Gold, big odds about 36-to-1 and $9.80. And the outsider is Centico, number 24 at 120-to-1 and 30-to-1 the place in the race that stops the nation, the Foster's Melbourne Cup.
Thank you, Ronald. Okay, the runners down at the stalls for this, the 136th running of the Melbourne Cup. Can Doremus make it back-to-back Melbourne Cups? He carried 54.5 last year. The Freedman stable have won the race on 3 occasions. The Hayes stable have won it 3 times. Colin Hayes twice. David Hayes with Jearn in 94. Bart Cummings has the record. They've got a special trophy that's been struck for Bart should he train his 10th Melbourne Cup. And I'm sure at some point Darren Beedman will be poking through a gap in the straight to look like winning the Melbourne Cup on safely. Darren and Bart got together in 1990 to take out the Melbourne Cup. The Cup is now some 2.5 minutes away. As we return to the studios, we'll be back shortly.
Thank you very much.
They're off and running in the Cup, and a magnificent start too. Oscar Schindler has gone away okay. He's starting to ease him back. Saintly away quickly down on the inside, and beginning well was Arctic Scent. Nothing Like a Dane has begun okay, had his head in front. Alcove further out now, Grey Shot, and from the outside Court of Honour and Centre Go. The widest runner Fewer Chosen with Super Slew and dropping in behind the Phantom Chance. Cheviot has gone back to last, third last in the early point. Doremus and Boart back second last. Coming down to the 400-metre mark, and the English horse Grey Shot has gone to the front now. Grey Shot in front of the Melbourne Cup from Fewer Chosen, going up on the outside of Centre Go. Court of Honour pushing up on the middle. Over on the fence, Dye's done a great job on Nothing Like a Dane. Further back in the race, Count Shivers 4 wide around Istadad. Saintly over on the inside of Alcove, and they're followed further back in the race now by Arctic Scent on the outside. Then My Kiwi Gold, Circles of Gold further back in the event. Count Shivers getting up on the inside, going out of the straight, 2,200 metres to go, and Grey Shot, the leader in the Melbourne Cup, a length in front of Fewer Chosen. Nothing Like a Dane is third. Fourth on the outside, Court of Honour. Then Super Slew out 3 deep, a half further back, Centre Go. Saintly running second. 7th on the inside now of Alcove, and then Istadad 3 deep, followed by Count Chivas. Circles of Gold, 1 further back, My Kiwi Gold. Then the Bandit, followed by the Phantom Chance, a length and a half, Senator. Then on the outside is Oscar Schindler, 2 to Sky Bow. Further back, Arctic Set, a couple of lengths. Further back, then Sapio, who's over along the inside, and Cheviot down near the tail of the field in company with Boart. At the side of the course, they race in the Melbourne Cup, 1700 to go, and Grey Shot, a length and a half, fewer chosen. Nothing Like a Dane is getting a dream run on the fence, running third. 1 further back, Super Slew. It's fourth. Saintly is fifth. 1 further back, then Court of Honour. Over along the inside, then came Count Chivas there, followed by Alcove. Further back in the race, then caught out wide, Senego. In behind them, the Bandit from Circles of Gold. Istadad 3 deep. 1 then the Senator. Further back in the race, My Kiwi Gold, the Phantom Chance, the middle. 2 further back in the race, then Oscar Schindler on the inside of it. Arctic Said, a length and a half to Sapio. There followed further back in the Cup by Doremus. He's still back third last now as they go to Chiquita Lodge, followed by Cheviot. Boart and Skybow back about third last. Grey Shot, the leader in the Melbourne Cup, 1,000 to go. Led by 3/4 now to Fewer Chosen, 2 then to Nothing Like a Dane. Super Slew is running fourth, 2 lengths for the back, Court of Honour. Saintly the inside from Senego. Then Alcove, followed by Count Chivas, Istadad. A length further back in the Cup then came Circles of Gold, followed by My Kiwi Gold, and then the Bandit, the Phantom Chance. Oscar Schindler's got a giant job to do from there. Further back, Senator Skybow. Well back, Arctic Scent, followed further back in the field by Doremus. He's fourth last on the turn. Then Sapio and Boart last of all, coming around the home turn. And Nothing Like a Dane gets out, goes to Grey Shot. Then Fewer Chosen, Saintly wider out, coming home well. Then further back, Senego. It's Saintly ranging up to Nothing Like a Dane. Saintly has reached Nothing Like a Dane. Grey Shot struggling, then Count Chivas. A long gap in the field further back, Skybow. No Oscar today. Saintly in front of the 150. Bart Cummings might have his 10 Melbourne Cups. Saintly's gone 2 lengths, Count Chivas. Then on the inside is Senator from Skybow, but Saintly wins the Melbourne Cup. Saintly scores a length and a half. Count Chivas, I think Skybow may have grabbed third. Senator fourth, further back, Nothing Like a Dane. Doremus, Chevy at Arctic Set. Well back, Grey Shot, Sapio. In behind them, the Bandit, Circles of Gold, Senego. Then the Phantom Chance, well back is Istadad. Super Slew. No Oscar Schindler this afternoon in Melbourne Town, followed by Alcove. Court of Honour with Boart. My Circles of Gold near the tail. One of the last homers, few have chosen. Bart Cummings has done it again.
Super Tab 5, Saintly, $6.80, $2.40. 2 Count Shivers to pay $10 for the place. And number 22, possibly third, Skybow to return $19.60.
Saintly has won the Melbourne Cup. Darren Beedman and Saintly. Cummings has done what will be one of the great training feats of horse racing anywhere in the world. It's Saintly for Darren Beedman getting a dream run, coming to the outside when they turn for home. And this amazing man, J.B. Cummings, looks to the semaphore board and sees number 5. Number 5, and as we speak to you, a streaker runs past the winning post here, and the crowd give him the Bronx cheer. He'll be taken from the course shortly. Lunatic. Number 2 is second. Number 2. And that is Count Shivers, Stephen King, and number 22, Skybow. Number 22 has poked through to run third. And the numbers are 5, 2 and 22. 5, 2 and 22. As the crowd starts to get into the party mood. Again, we've got someone else on the track. The security people trying to pick him up. And he's about to be brought to a screaming halt, and down he goes. But let's have a look at the numbers. 5, 2 and 22. 5, 2 and 22. Saintly has won the Melbourne Cup. And it's Darren Beedman who won the Cup in 1990 for Bart Cummings. Cummings started an amazing run with his horses in 1965 when he won with the champion mare Light Fingers. And here he is, the 136th running of the Foster's Melbourne Cup. He's got a horse to win the Cox Plate, the Weight for Age Championship of Australia. And he's got that horse to come on and win the Melbourne Cup. The horse had a resounding gallop here on Saturday, here at Flemington. Saturday morning, he didn't race on Saturday. And Beedman gave him a beautiful ride. And he'll get a marvellous ovation, Darren Beedman, as he comes back. Count Shivers, a valiant performance second. And the best run from back in the field, without any doubt, has been Skybow. Doremus and Oscar Schindler never came on. But the Melbourne Cup belongs to D. Beedman, J.B. Cummings, and a beautiful looking animal, a chestnut, a magnificent athletic horse in number 5, Saintly, as Greg Hall comes across, offers his congratulations. Grey Shot leading in the Cup. But here's the Melbourne Cup reception for Beedman and Saintly. Darren Beedman coming back before a crowd that's probably up around 95,000 here at Flemington under beautiful weather conditions. A similar day in 1990 when he took the race on Kingston Rule, the imported American bred horse for Bart Cummings. And Bart has achieved what we won't see done in modern time, and that's trained 10 Melbourne Cup winners. There were plenty of flops. Doremus never sided. Oscar Schindler got back in the ruck, and here's Saintly, who's now bound, we believe, for Tokyo for the Japan Cup, and he'll go with the best wishes of all in racing here in Australia, ridden by, without any doubt, Australia's champion jockey, and that's Darren Beedman. And Cummings and Beedman combine yet again to take the Melbourne Cup this afternoon. A great ride. He had the horse in a winning position. He took the punt, Beedman, inside the 400-metre mark. He got past Grey Shot, and he went for home. And away he went. Let's go to Bryan Blackmore.
Right, yes, thanks very much, Brian. We've got Bart Cummings here with us now, congratulating his staff. Bart, congratulations, what a wonderful thing. 10 of them, mate. And this has got to be the most exciting one of the lot now.
Yeah, well, he's a pretty good horse, this fellow.
But he told us that after he won the Cox Plate, didn't he?
That's right, yeah.
A special horse. Yeah. He's going to be a special horse when he goes to Japan too for us, isn't he?
Yes, he'll go. I think he'll be pretty competitive up there.
Well, you're just taking him in the stride, but I know your heart's going about 10 to the dozen. Congratulations, mate.
Thank you.
That's Bart Cummings, and Lee Friedman's here with us too, Brian. We'll just grab him in a second.
Friedman's done the start
again. Well, a second is not too bad. He looked the winner at about the 200-metre mark. The other was just a little too good. But
I told you he had too much weight.
Yeah, what a champion ride.
It was a great ride. I just said to him, you know, we were beaten by a great horse, but it was a great ride. Both horses ran great. Doremus has made up a heap of ground and run 6th, though.
Yeah, we're probably a bit concerned that he got so far back.
Yeah, once he was that far back, I was worried. But Stephen, to his credit, gave the horse a magnificent ride. When he came out of about the 300, I thought he was going to beat Saintly. But this is a great horse, and he was always going to get a beautiful run in the race.
That's right. You can't win them all the time, can you?
Of course not. No, but we're very happy. We're very happy. Don't worry.
I should think so. Yeah. Well, you know, he was the horse who was probably under the cloud count, Shivers, and I believe you had to give him some extra work, but because of the rain effect of tracks had set him back. So
yeah,
his run's been terrific.
I thought he pulled up a little big Saturday, and I galloped him 1.25 miles yesterday, which I wouldn't normally do, but it obviously helped the horse a lot. Yeah, well, it has worked. Yeah.
Oh well.
Brian, can I talk to Lee?
Yeah, it's great.
Right.
I'd like to say one thing though. It's fantastic to see Bart win his 10th Cup. He's been a great inspiration to me. He's a great fella. And if I couldn't win it, I said this morning, I hope Bart does.
All right. Well, Brian wants to have a word here. I'll just put that earpiece in if you can hear him okay.
Yeah. Yes, Lee, you there, Lee?
Yeah, Brian, how are you, mate?
Well done, mate. You got into second placing, and that's exactly what I wanted to ask you about this man, J.B. Cummings, and you actually took the words out of my mouth. He has been an inspiration to guys like yourself.
Yes, he has. He's been a fantastic trainer. I mean, to win 10 Melbourne Cups, if I can win 4 or 5, I'll be absolutely thrilled. But to run second to him today when he won his 10th, that's something special, and I'm just glad that we decided to run this horse because he finally got the right sort of track over the distance that suits him under handicap conditions.
He's an amazing man, Cummings, when you think about it, Lee. Like people had him written off late in the 80s. He had sort of financial trouble with a venture that failed, and to get up and get going, to do what he's done in the last couple of years, and to cap it, to win 10 Melbourne Cups, to win the Cox Plate, it's something special.
He's the greatest trainer that's ever been here, and if we can even make some impression on his record, it'll be a great thing.
What about this horse, Saintly, Lee?
Oh, well, he's a fantastic racehorse. I mean, to win the Cox Plate, and then once he drew that inside barrier, I was bloody worried about him today because I knew he'd get the same run that superimposed up here.
You made that comment, didn't you?
And I was very mindful of that, and I thought he was always going to be the horse to beat.
Well, it's a great scene, obviously, down there. Well done, and what you've done so far with your horses to run second to a champion stay is no mean feat.
It's no disgrace, and to a champion bloke too.
Good luck to you, Lee.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks for your time. Thanks, Brian. We'll come back to you shortly. Tote dividends are coming through now. And Saintly has won the Melbourne Cup for 1996. Just watching the head-on replay here, he ranged up after Di gave nothing like a day in a magnificent ride. No question of that. There were a couple of beautiful rides. Di was one of them. And Saintly swept past, and of course, Count Shivers and Steve King. And it was the horses who were forward that figured it prominently, with the exception of one, and that's Sky Bow. What a good effort by Sky Bow, the bolter, across from Adelaide. 5, 2 and 22. 5, 2 and 22. Number 11 has run officially fourth in the Cup, number 11, and that's Senator. He made up a lot of ground. He was bottled up on the fence. He came from a long way back, and he was starting to whiz home on the fence. The time for the race, 3:18.8. The winning margin is 2 1/4 by a neck. 3:18.8. The last 635.5. And it's Bart Cummings and Saintly. Saintly, which is number 5, today's win. Prize money, first prize of 1.4 million. Tax on to 2.2. So he's now 3.6 million in prize money. Saintly is by Sky Chase from All Grace, owned by Bart Cummings, Dato Tan Chin Nam, Dr. C.P. Lim, E. Hong and T. Tan, ridden by Darren Beedman. D. Beedman on Saintly, number 5. Off gate number 3 with 55.5 kilos for the Foster's Melbourne Cup. Number 2, Count Shivers. Stephen King is second, prepared by Lee Friedman. And third placing, and what a great thrill for them too, number 22. Number 22, Sky Bow, ridden by Jason Holder from Adelaide. Prepared over there by veteran trainer Len Smith. Number 22, Sky Bow at a third placing. And officially fourth in the Melbourne Cup is number 11, and that's Senator, ridden by Lance O'Sullivan for trainer Jack Timms.
At the stalls in Adelaide.
Now the tote dividends on the Cup are $6.80 and $2.40. $10 for second, $19.60 for third. $6.80 and $2.40. 10 even, $19.60 for third. 5, 2 and 22. $125.70 Quinella. The exactor on the Melbourne Cup, $260.60, $260.60. And the double 2 and 5, $58.20, $58.20. The Cup trifecta will pay on 5, 2 and 22. We await that dividend for 5, 2 and 22. Next event today is race number 8. Changes here to the 8th event for the day. Scratchings are 1, 4, 8, 9, 11, 22 and 24. Stephen King rides number 17, lunchtime special. The race scheduled for 4:05. It'll run late.
Moving up at Morphettville.
The Melbourne Cup will be there shortly. There's correct weight. Weight is right on the Melbourne Cup. The placings are official. 5, 2 and 22. It's 2 1/4 by a neck. 3:18.8. The last 635.5. And the trifecta shortly. Bart Cummings wins his 10th Melbourne Cup.
Thank you very much, Bryan.